Hey guys, today on People Now, The Bachelor returns. Bachelor Nation sounding off as we meet the women vying for Colton Underwood's love in a 3-hour season premiere.
And Bachelor alum Corinne Olympios and superfan actress Patty Murin are here to break it all down, all the drama from night one.
Kevin Hart apologizing to the LGBTQ community. What did the embattled star say this time?
Why did Gaga and Bradley Cooper reunite on Hollywood Boulevard?
And newlywed Nick Jonas teams up with Queen Latifah and Ted Danson to send you a very important message. It's all today on People Now. Let's go. Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to People Now. So great to see you. Andrea, back from Golden Globes weekend in LA.
It was a fun time. You know, it was rainy the whole time, though.
Yeah. Well, you were inside, though.
I know, but I thought I was going to get some sun in LA. It was raining the whole time. Whatever.
A lot of fun, though, at that in-style party, huh?
Yeah, it was cool. A lot of big stars. Got to see everybody. Taylor Swift even showed up. That was a big surprise entrance.
We'll dish about that a little more later. But right now, we're going to jump into the premiere. The most dramatic show on television, The Bachelor, officially kicked off on Monday night with Colton Underwood meeting a whopping 30 women. You might remember the former NFL player Colton from Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette, or his dramatic on-again, off-again relationship with Tia Booth on Bachelor in Paradise. We all followed along with that. But most likely, you know Colton for making headlines after revealing that he is, get ready, a virgin, which was discussed a lot on the show by the women and everyone else. But that didn't stop Colton from planning a few kisses on night one. Kaylin and Katie M were both lucky enough to land a little smooch from Colton. Neither of them landed the coveted first impression rose, though. That honor went to Hannah G, who Colton says reminds her of home, which I think is a huge endorsement. You got to be comfortable with the other person.
Yeah, you're really hot on Hannah G. You think that she's going to go?
Very hot on her.
We'll be discussing the wow-worthy arrivals later on with Bachelor alum Corinne Olympios and Patty Murin. But first, we want to know, who do you think deserves the first impression rose, or who deserved it? Right.
You can answer our People Now poll. We're going to check in on those results a little later in the show. Can't wait. Well, guys, big news. It's a boy. Multiple sources confirmed to People that Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West's fourth child will be a son, joining big siblings Chicago, Saint, and North. This will be their second child born via surrogate, but a source previously divulged to People that the gestational carrier for this baby is different than the woman who carries Chicago. The insider explains, quote, they hope to work with the same gestational carrier, but it didn't work out this time. They're working with a second carrier now that is pregnant and will give birth in the spring. Now, an insider explains that the gestational carrier isn't in her third trimester just yet. Kim's priority is to, quote, protect the pregnancy and not cause extra stress for the woman who is carrying their baby. Good plan. Kim may have hinted about the baby's sex back in October on Ashley Graham's podcast. She talked about how her oldest daughter, North, quote, acts like an only child at all times and is a little confused about her family dynamic. Kim continued saying, she said to me the other day, Mom, we just need to have another baby brother so that Saint can just leave me alone so the girls can be on this side of the house and the boys can be on that side of the house. So it sounds like North got her wish after all. A lot of talk about what the names will be. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll do a poll or something, see what you think. Kevin Hart's reaching out to the LGBTQ community and apologizing again. Hart extended the apology on his Sirius XM radio show, Straight from the Heart, which airs Monday nights. Hart, who stepped down from his Oscars hosting gig after past homophobic tweets of his resurfaced, said in the third person, quote, once again, Kevin Hart apologizes for his remarks that hurt members of the LGBTQ community. I apologize. Kevin further explained, we thought it was okay to talk like that in the past because that's how we talk to one another. Going on to explain that he knows it's wrong now because, quote, I'm around people of the LGBTQ community and I'm now aware of how these words make them feel and why they say that bleep hurts because of what I've been through. Hart then promised that he was going to make sure that he didn't do anything else offensive with his comedy after talking to some friends who had given him their point of view. He also asked for forgiveness. He said, the fight is the will and want for equality. I'm riding with you guys. I understand you. But in the fight for equality, that means that there has to be an acceptance for change. He added, if you don't want to accept people for their change, then where are you trying to get to the equal part? Where does the equality part come in? So Hart compared the backlash to bullying. He said, now it turns into you're bullying them because now that I said what I said the way that I would say it because I'm me, you're now trying to change me into becoming what version of me you want me to be. That was his whole quote.
Yeah, and on Ellen, he called it a malicious attack and his career. I mean, people are very upset that he even was allowed to go on the Ellen show and talk about this. So I'm really curious what's going to happen with all of this.
He's doing the rebuilding here, or at least attempting it. Kevin Hart will appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on Wednesday. We can only assume that conversation is going to continue. We'll keep you updated on all of that. What do you think? I mean, are the apologies going to work? Will he be sort of reinstated in the public arena?
How many times does he have to apologize to get another chance? At this point, I feel like most people I've seen online are very upset about it, and they don't want him to host.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Academy hasn't announced another host thinks maybe there's something else going on that we don't know about, and he actually is going to. But I think people are going to be so upset if they actually have him back.
No matter what happens, there will be, that big group that will be upset. But if he hosts, like maybe he could do something like, take all the money from the gig, give it to an LGBTQ organization or something.
Yeah.
But people actually revealed the Academy is open to having Kevin Hart host again. A source said this: the Academy never really asked him. They wanted him to apologize. He wouldn't. Then he was the one to drop out. So it seems that based on that sourcing, they are open, the Academy is open, and it feels like they're kind of putting him through this PR rebuild in order to feel comfortable offering it again.
Well, we got to figure out soon. I mean,
yeah.
The Oscars aren't that close, but I mean, they got to name a host eventually.
Countdown's on.
Yeah.
They got to get those sketches in and whatever.
I know.
I honestly think that maybe there's a chance for him to take that job and then address it in an even more powerful way. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's move on to this. The Bachelor premiere was quite the whirlwind on Monday night. Bachelorette alum Josh Murray took the season premiere as an opportunity to wish Colton Underwood luck, but not without taking a quick dig at his ex-fiancée, Andy Dorfman. Now, in a since-deleted Instagram post, Josh shared a throwback photo of him proposing to Andy with a devil emoji over her face. He captioned the post, "Haters will say it's photoshopped," hoping the new Bachelor comes away with an angel. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, cringeworthy a little bit. After some backlash from fans, the former Bachelorette star obviously recognized that it was a bit of a painful dig. He posted a series of Instagram stories Monday night. He kind of apologized. Take a look at this.
Made some waves in a bad way. Didn't want any. I thought it was just funny. I thought it was humorous, but apparently it wasn't very humorous. I guess I'm not very funny. I was trying to be funny in a half-hearted way, but everybody takes it so seriously, and that's my fault.
He also needs one of those selfie glow lights.
Yeah, he needs a light there.
After the couple called it quits in 2015, Dorfman wrote a tell-all memoir. You may remember this. It was all about her relationship with Josh and her time on The Bachelorette. In an interview with People in 2016, she said, quote, "I was disgusted with myself for what I put up with. I was a strong, independent woman, and I allowed Josh to be emotionally abusive. Now I know I don't want someone jealous or controlling. I know what won't make me happy in the future." Dorfman also dated one of last season's Bachelorette favorites, Nick Viall, before dumping him for Josh in 2014. I don't know if you're keeping up with all that. We just want everyone to find their happily ever after, though.
I just saw Nick Viall at Golden Globes after party.
Right.
I feel like I want to ask him now and text him and get his thoughts on that, because Josh is a 34-year-old man posting something like that. I just think it's a little petty. Granted, she did do the tell-all book, so he feels like it's deserved.
Yeah, when the book comes out and kind of puts it all on blast, it feels like it's sort of open game for him to comment in some way, right?
I don't know. Personally, I think just let it go.
Yeah.
But when there is a whole book about you, then maybe you are a little bitter. I don't know.
You have the moment. The premiere's here. There's a moment to get a little press.
That's your time to do it, yeah.
All right, you've got more for us in Star Trek.
I do. All right, we're kicking off Star Trek today with a veteran actor cementing his place in Hollywood history, literally. A Star is Born Sam Elliott was honored at the TCL Chinese Theater with a hand and foot imprint ceremony. Sam called it a full circle moment because, get this, he actually used to be a day laborer working with cement before he made it as an actor. So it really is a cool moment there. And in support of A Star is Born co-stars, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga were there to cheer him on. The trio even shared a group hug on the red carpet. Very sweet. Bradley also gave an emotional speech praising his movie brother and real-life friend.
I've got no problem telling you, Sam, just how much I love and admire you. You are my brother. You received many honors in your career. I know you will receive many more, but this one, my friend, is written in stone.
Amazing. And meanwhile, Lady Gaga showed her support by sharing some photos on her Instagram stories from the event. One picture shows Sam kissing her on the forehead, and in another, she and Bradley are cheering him on as he lays his hand in the cement. She captioned that photo with, "We love you, Sam." Gaga also thanked co-star Bradley Cooper in a separate Instagram post, saying the award-winning song Shallow would not have been so revered without the brilliant film and moment Bradley created. All right, Jimmy Fallon teamed up with Lindsay Lohan to add some Mykonos flair to his show as they parodied Netflix's movie Bird Box. After making their way into a room which Fallon deems safe, the group takes off their blindfolds, only to be startled by Lohan and her now infamous Mykonos club dance routine. Watch this.
There's no windows in here. We take our blindfolds off.
Hey, guys.
I love that dance. Fallon and his crew couldn't resist joining in on the fun and dancing in true Lohan style. Maybe this could be the theme of our Friday dance-off, Jeremy?
Yeah, we could do that.
I love the Mykonos dance. It's fun, and I love Lindsay Lohan. Love a good moment there. All right, those are your Star Treks for today.
Hey guys, stay with us. Could Girlship 2 be in the works? We believe so. We asked Queen Latifah, hear what she has to say. Plus, the Royals are set to have one heck of a 2019, breaking down all the details we know about Meghan Markle's due date, possible godparents for her and Prince Harry's first child. That's all coming up in just a sec.
I'm Colton Underwood. I'm 26, and I never expected to be the next Bachelor. I know not everybody's gonna like me. I know I have a lot of room to grow, but I also have an idea of what I want now, and that's what's so exciting about all this.
Oh, Bachelor Mondays, they're back. We can't wait to watch Colton Underwood's journey to find the love of his life, we hope. Here to break down the dramatic first episode is Bachelor alum Corinne Olympios and Broadway Bachelor expert, friend of Colton. Personal friends with the man, Patty Aaron.
Welcome, ladies. This is so exciting. I love when Bachelor comes back.
I do too.
Yeah. Ooh, they were FaceTiming. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We got 3 hours of breakdown here.
So my favorite part of the episode is the entrances. There were some memorable entrances to kick off the season. Alex D got out of the limo in a sloth costume.
She
was fully dedicated.
I want to be her friend. I was like, can you please come over and watch it with me next week?
Yeah. No, I saw you tweeting. You want her to be redeemed.
I do. I love it.
Spoiler alert, she goes home. Really sad. But do you think that the costume kind of distracted her from the rest of the night for her?
Probably. Maybe she should have spoken a little bit faster. I feel like if she had taken the head off me when she got to him in the driveway.
Yeah, less is more sometimes. And I feel like she just overdid it a little bit much. It would have been funny if she just did a quick little thing and then got right into herself.
100% agree. She could have done the walk up and then kill the bit. It's done. You did it. You proved it. But no, she kept it in the house. She kept it in the first meet. I mean,
in the tree. The tree was funny though.
But what do you think about showing up in a costume on the first night in general? I mean, it worked for the chicken last season, right?
And the dolphin.
And the dolphin, right? That kind of worked.
Yeah.
Lasted longer than this.
I mean, honestly, I think it's sort of hit or miss depending on who your Bachelor is.
Did you do a costume?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Well, one of the most talked about entrances was Brianna, so take a look at this clip.
Colton, what's your name?
Bree.
Bree.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You got a nice accent. Where are you from?
The accent is Australian. I was hoping that you're kind of a sucker for accents.
I
I don't know
am.
what you think about it.
I love it. I'll see you inside, all right?
Okay,
All
sounds
right,
good. I'm not really Australian, but you have to do what you can to stand out.
Pretty bold move. She technically never said that she was Australian. Do you like this move? Is this going to hurt her in the long run, Corinne?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I was like, that's kind of weird at first. I don't know, why can't you just introduce yourself normally?
Yeah. Be true to if you're introducing yourself, it's just do something that's true to yourself. Yeah.
To me, I thought it was clever. I don't know. And the fact that he bought it, I'm sure Australians, we have an Aussie in the control room who's like, that's not an Australian.
To me,
It's South African.
to me, I'm bad at accents.
Yeah.
To me, it sounded pretty legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the one that was like, that is not, it's South African. That's not Australian.
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about this, and hopefully we don't have to talk about it throughout the entire season, but the fact that he is a virgin, my God. Yeah, believe it, I don't know if you heard. He's a virgin, everybody, and it was talked about over and over and over. The women are discussing it. They had some funny jokes, the V card, pop the cherry balloon, all that. But is it making it awkward? Is it worse that we keep talking about it?
I don't like the girls that just bring it up right away. If I was on his season, I would not bring that up right away. They're just like, so why are you a virgin?
Right, making it feel weird right away, right?
You want to start off a first date. I feel like these girls are just looking at it as all right, I'm on a TV show and I'm gonna date this guy, so whatever. But no, you're trying to actually get married to this man. You want to treat this as a real life situation. You wouldn't go on a date and say that.
Right.
At a nice restaurant, you wouldn't sit down and be like, so why are you a virgin?
I also don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Get over it.
Honestly, I mean, here's the thing. I'm like, well, then you get to teach him how to do everything. You know what I mean?
I saw you tweet that.
You don't have to unlearn bad habits that you learned before.
Good advice.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't want to happen, I'm gonna dread it if we have to hear about every base they make it to with him throughout the season, like it's high school. Oh, well, we did do this. Please don't. Let's just get into the better stuff.
Well, we always love the drama on this show. We already have some good drama to start the season. Catherine made quite the entrance. Take a look at this.
Oh, we got a dog. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm Catherine.
Catherine.
So nice to meet you. This is my 10-year-old daughter, Lucy.
Nice. Hi, Lucy. How are you?
I thought since you're laying your heart on the line, it was only fair to give you a peace of mind. So I'm gonna give you her during this journey.
Yes. Oh, she's not liking me. Here.
It's okay, it's okay. You have to win her over too.
Okay, we'll see her inside.
So we have a few things to discuss about Catherine. Let's start with her giving the dog to Colton. Corinne, what are your thoughts on
Oh my
this?
God. What? You're gonna get, first of all, it's your daughter and you're gonna give your daughter. Bye, daughter. And like, honey, like where is your dog right now? Like, what are you doing?
Apparently walking around with Chris.
And who's gonna, yeah, I
And
know.
Patty, you were we were tweeting back and forth about this last night. You were just appalled by this.
Appalled. If you're a dog person, you know the one thing you don't do is give your dog away.
Oh, God.
Right?
Oh my, and the poor little, that like broke my heart with little Lucy. Is like, no, Mom. And you're like,
know.
he doesn't want to go with him.
I don't want to read into it, but does this tell us she takes her commitments lightly? Right? Can we read into
no,
it?
I know.
I think she's just a little cray-cray.
Okay, maybe that's it.
Like
And she
there.
caused a lot of waves. So she interrupted. She stole Colton not once, but 4 times.
Yes,
This is
and
so
I mean, I'm a
crazy.
pro interrupter.
Yeah, right.
And that was just no.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, so do
that's
you
not
think-
how you do it, honey.
Really? What would you like? Wait, what's your critique on it? Why was that the wrong form?
It was just too much, too many, too close together.
Right.
Do you
I
feel
only
for-
interrupted when literally no one was going to talk to him. And I'm like, well, if you guys aren't going to talk to him, I'm going to talk to him.
I had a little bit of different. I don't know. You tell me. I know she's getting a bad rap for other things, but to me, I was like, she kept getting cut really short, and she was really mad that she didn't get to talk to him first. When that moment happened, she was like, "Oh no, I got to catch up." So she was forcing some real moment, and
felt
never.
for her.
I felt for a little bit.
Right.
To keep getting interrupted. And cut
But
off.
after the one talk with the other girl, and she was like, "Hey, honey, you need to not interrupt." And then she goes
And then
again.
she did it again.
It was
Yeah.
brilliant. It was so funny.
She's the only one in a short dress also.
Yeah. No, that's true. Really short skirt.
Very, very poor choice of wardrobe, honey. I'm
All right.
sorry.
Let's talk first kiss. Kaylin scored the first kiss of the night. Some other girls got some kisses though.
Yes.
Does the multiple kisses make it less special?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what was your reaction?
Well, I mean, in the moment, I'm like, well, I guess like if you're on a date with someone, first date, you're gonna kiss them, right? He just happened to have 30 first dates at the same time, so I guess it's, it just moves faster. I just didn't see a lot of them coming. I was like the first one with Kaylin, I was like,
I didn't see that coming
okay.
either.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
I did not see
Of
that
all
coming.
people for it to be with, I didn't think Miss Carolina,
No.
as he put it. Didn't he ask her if he was Miss
He
Carolina?
did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see it coming with her.
I didn't see that coming at all. I don't think that it makes it less special because, like, I don't know, from being there, just it's very, very like you have to be like super quick with everything. I mean, you're trying to meet your fiance in a short amount of time. I didn't think it made anything less special. I mean, you have to do what you have to do. So.
I actually we thought he was gonna kiss Hannah G.
Yes.
Yeah, and that actually didn't happen. But the first impression
He
was,
wanted to, though.
Yeah.
He did want to. That first
wanted it.
interaction.
That's why he spoke to her next and was like, I'm not letting this get away this time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Right,
kiss
right,
her.
right.
Yeah. So first impression rose went to Hannah G. We've been asking our viewers in our poll if she deserves it. What do you guys think? Did you like that she got the rose?
I do. I think she was adorable and just like super cute and sweet, and I feel like he really, really liked her.
No,
Yes.
I do too. There was something about that interaction that played before even knowing what was coming. You could just feel he was like sinking into her eyes or something,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
he? Like he really
Beautiful.
responded, and then he called her, said that she was like home to him, which to me is like that's endorsement through at least the first half of the season.
I was gonna say she's gonna be around for a while.
Right?
I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on first night alone, front runners. I mean, Patty, as Colton's friend, who do you see him with? Assuming you haven't been giving away the final, we'll take this as like just your hunch.
I do like Hannah G a lot. I like her a lot. I'm trying to think who else was it's the point where you're like, what are their names?
What are they? No, I
There are
know.
no Laurens this season.
No,
That's
no.
all I know.
It's so
my
confusing.
goodness.
What about for you? Who are your front runners?
So I'm really bad with names on the first night and episode, but I'm gonna try. I think Hannah. I think Cassie.
Oh, I liked her. Yes, I
Cassie,
liked
yeah.
Cassie's really cute. I
Wait, was
really
Cassie
liked
the
her.
sign language?
She was the
Speech
right?
pathologist.
She was the one with the butterflies that I was like, I hope they weren't allowed.
Oh, right.
Oh God.
But yeah, she was the sign. She was really lovely.
Yeah, I like this too.
I think the Miss Carolina girl and Miss Alabama girl.
All right.
By the way, I do think there are a lot of girls that are very wholesome and want a traditional kind of life with him, which might make for a good relationship but boring TV. I'm worried about that.
Nah.
Anyway, we'll talk more later.
Thank
Corinne and
you,
Patty.
ladies, so much for
thank
stopping
you for
by.
having me.
You guys, to follow Colton's journey to find love, tune into ABC Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, now that you're all caught up with last night's Bachelor premiere, we know you're getting a feel for the new girls. Ready to steal Colton's heart, we've been asking you who you think deserved the first impression rose. Let's take a look at our People poll so far. Looks like everyone agrees.
Hannah G agrees.
Hannah G.
Yeah, right. And then else was on that? Yeah, wow, Kaylin far from the top. So
Yeah.
Hannah G fan favorite.
She's cute.
That makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
That gels with what we've said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you can keep voting in our People poll, but now we move on to this.
All right, after such a
Well, guys, after such a whirlwind year, Nick Jonas knows the importance of putting health first. He got married to Priyanka Chopra. He's been jet-setting all over the world, and now he is teaming up with Cigna and some famous faces like Queen Latifah and Ted Danson to encourage everyone to schedule your annual checkup now.
very important stuff. We caught up with him to ask about his new wife and how he knew that she was the one.
It was, I don't know, it was instant. It was just a natural thing. Two people that were meant to be together, and I'm looking forward to having a teammate. You know, I think that's the key. We're talking about living a healthy life across the board and having someone that supports you and that you can support, and you know, feeling like you really have a partner in life is a beautiful thing.
Now, Ted Danson has been married for 23 years to actress Mary Steenburgen, so he knows a thing or two about making it work. But does he have any advice for newlywed Nick?
I have no advice. Good Lord, I'm so happily married because I married Mary Steenburgen. You know,
Score.
So score. Yeah, all right. Laugh a lot. Tell the most uncomfortable truths. Don't have anything, you know, unsaid. And work on it. Work on it. You know, somebody said, somebody famous, not me, said the best way to stay married is don't get divorced. Boom.
Wow.
There you go. And can we talk about our love for Queen Latifah in Girls Trip? That movie was so funny.
And it's been about a year and a half since it came out. In our opinion, it is made for a sequel. So is it happening? We asked the Queen herself. Take a look.
Number one, it's happening.
Yeah.
Number two, it's definitely gonna happen.
Nice.
Hopefully next summer we'll start shooting. I'm not exactly sure what country we will be in.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I think we may be in another country, but Tiffany is definitely keeping her acting chops up and her comedy chops up. We've seen her in so many movies, so she's definitely gonna be back to be a crazy Dina again. And so will I, and so will Jada, and so will Regina Hall. So we're gonna have some fun. And, you know, I have no idea what's going to happen from there, but that's one of those things.
Norway.
First of all, I like Norway.
I do too. I do too.
I'll get my fjord on, you know, understand that.
So another part of the campaign is encouraging open, honest communication with your doctor about your physical and your emotional health.
The trio shared why they're making health a priority in 2019. Take a look.
I'm a type 1 diabetic. My health is of the utmost importance to me.
I have 4 kids and I have 3 granddaughters, and I want to be a player in that group, you know, well into my 90s.
Living a healthy life, being physically active. It's as simple as going and getting your checkup, treating body and mind together.
And I know a lot of people are scared to go to the doctor sometimes, but some people don't really share what's really going on with them when they do go to the doctor. So you'd be surprised what kind of things you could discover or the help that you could get if you just had an honest conversation with your doctor at least once a year.
Your doctor should be your friend, someone that breaks things down simply for you and help you understand what's going on with your health.
Damn, you guys are good. I am getting really good about being cardio 4 or 5 times a week. I go on long walks and climb stairs. I go to the gym. I am very conscious about what I put into my body now. I'm meditating and I'm having checkups. So, yeah, I really want to be around. I want to be happy and healthy.
I feel really small after that. Because look at that. That's sexy right there. It costs a lot of money to get like that.
But that's happy and healthy.
That is happy and healthy.
Good to hear from them. All right, actor Aiden Gillen stars in the new show Project Blue Book on history. We sat down with the actor to talk about the mysterious UFO series as well as his stint as Littlefinger on Game of Thrones.
But first, we had to ask him about his role in Bohemian Rhapsody and his thoughts on all the praise the film's been receiving, including the big win on Sunday night. Take a look.
I think what that film is about is the music of Queen, the songs of Queen, and the performance of Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, both of which are astounding. So, you know, it's fairly straightforward in that, on that front. I think he really delivers, and we know about the songs and the music in the film, and it is a music film. Like, those are the pieces, the parts that are filmed with the most the most exciting way. So I'm happy that people are loving it and that it's the successful film that it is. I think it deserves it, and I think he deserves it. And yeah, awards, attention, and all that.
And we mentioned that he also stars in Project Blue Book. It's on history.
Yeah, this is very fascinating. The series builds around in-depth looks at reported UFO sightings. It's actually inspired by true events.
It is very interesting that everything in each of these episodes is based on something that really happened, or a report that was filed, or something that people said happened or they saw happen. The guy I'm playing, Alan Hynek, who's a real astrophysicist who was brought in by the US Air Force to investigate these reports, was a very open-minded, thorough, rigorous person who would always give you the benefit of the doubt. If people said, we saw this stuff, he'd want to know, well, if they didn't see it, why are they saying it? Why is there a group of people here who are putting themselves, in the way of ridicule, saying that they saw this stuff that they didn't see? If they're making it up, why are they making it up?
Sure. See, all interesting questions, but we also wanted to get real. We wanted to know if Aiden ever snuck anything away from any of the sets that he's worked on, especially from the set of Game of Thrones. Here's what he told us.
I take little things that I can fit into my sleeve.
What about Game of Thrones set? Because I imagine.
Yeah, I have some things up my sleeve from there too. Raven scrolls.
Oh.
With messages on them, secret messages.
Oh, I want some of those scrolls. Yeah. Speaking of Game of Thrones, Aiden revealed that his character Littlefinger wasn't actually as bad as audiences may have thought he was. Watch this.
There was warmth in his relationships with Robb and Aaron and with Sansa, both of whom, he mentored in a way. I tried to show it. I don't know how much that would have altered people's perception of that character. I always felt it was my duty to make people like him, or to try and like him, or at least be confused, that they kind of thought, I kind of like him.
So before we let the man go, we had to ask him about his former Wire co-star Idris Elba. Turns out he is People's Sexiest Man Alive. What he thought of the title. Watch this.
I think Idris is a great actor. I'm very happy that he's had the success he's had, but just watching him play Stringer Bell, there wouldn't be any doubt in my mind, especially when I saw that the real person was, really, really somebody else, So Sexiest Man Alive. Was Dominic West on that list?
Co-star of Aiden's, you may recognize from Showtime's The Affair. Also a pretty good-looking guy, maybe next year.
You can see more of Aiden in Project Blue Book Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern on History.
All right, switching gears here. You guys, this is a very sad story. On to this heartbreaking story. Authorities confirmed to People that a New Jersey boy was reported dead on New Year's Day after he had what appeared to be an allergic reaction.
Yeah, ABC's Eyewitness News reports 11-year-old Cameron Jean-Pierre was allergic to fish and had asthma. He left his grandmother's holiday celebration in Brooklyn with his father. They forgot something, so the two went back to the house, and by the time the two re-entered, his grandmother had started cooking a Caribbean dish called saltfish. He lost consciousness, and his father tried to administer CPR and treat him with a nebulizer.
A rep from the New York City's chief medical examiner says the office has yet to determine the exact cause and manner of Cameron's death, but an NYPD spokesperson tells People that Cameron showed signs of an allergic reaction. Now, authorities say at this point in the investigation, they don't suspect any criminality.
It's a really heartbreaking story. The American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology warns people with fish allergies to avoid areas where fish is being cooked. Proteins may be released into the air, and that's what affects people. My wife's sister has a severe fish allergy, and she has to deal with this kind of thing all the time. Going into restaurants where they even make it can be an issue. It's just so sad that it happened in this way.
Well, and it's alarming that it took just the time that they left and came back, that the protein of the fish was in the air, and that's all it took. It's obviously super heartbreaking, and I mean, a lot of questions, and I think people don't realize how severe it really is that you have a fish allergy.
Yeah, so we wish them the best as they move forward. A really tough time for them. The Jean-Pierre family set up a GoFundMe page to cover funeral costs. It's already raised over $9,000, so you can donate to that if you'd like to help out. Well, now that it's officially 2019, that can only mean one thing. The newest royal baby will be born this year. It's the only thing we're thinking about around here. Counting down to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's first child, as well as we can, of course, without doing the due date, with our royal correspondent, the one and only Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Hi, Imogen.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year to
Jeremy.
you. Great to see you for the first time in 2019.
Absolutely.
All excited to welcome another royal baby. Last year, of course, it was Prince Louis. Now Harry's little one. What kind of time frame are we working with here?
So the baby's expected in the spring of 2019, possibly as early early as March, but most royal watchers are going with April. They announced the baby on October the 15th, so they would have been past the 12-week scan by then, but probably well past because there was all Princess Eugenie's wedding around then. They didn't want to interrupt with that, but they had to announce for the Australia tour.
Oh, this is a complicated
Yeah, we also obviously knew about Kate and William a lot earlier because of Kate's severe morning sickness.
Right.
We knew before the 12-week scan.
They were sort of forced to come out with it because she was
they
missing
wanted
appointments and different things. All right, now before and after Prince Louis's birth, we talked a lot about who his godparents would be. George has 7, Charlotte has 5, Louis ended up with 6 godparents. Will this baby follow suit? Who could some of them be?
Well, I think we've been talking about this, Jeremy. Jessica Mulroney has to be a shoo-in, Meghan's best friend. Royal-wise, perhaps Princess Eugenie again. They're very close. She lives at Kensington Palace, very close to them, or has been so far. Very unlikely to be William or Kate. Aristocrats very rarely go for direct brothers and sisters. Prince Harry.
Harry is not one of William, and Meghan aren't William and Kate's kids' godparents, right?
Exactly. Celebrity-wise, maybe Serena Williams. Meghan met her at the Super Bowl back in 2010.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, Priyanka Chopra has been mentioned. Misha Nunu, the fashion designer. Lots of people to choose from.
Lots of people to choose from, and lots of possible slots to fill. So everyone can be involved. Now, one thing that will be a little bit different with this birth, it's pretty likely that it won't be at that famous Lindo wing there that we all remember from the other royal babies.
Yeah.
Where will Meghan likely give birth?
Okay, so they're going to be moving to Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, and actually Lindo Wing isn't that close, especially bearing in mind London traffic. You're talking about 25 miles. Perhaps Frimley Park in Surrey, which is where the Countess of Wessex had her 2 kids. That's about 15 miles away from Windsor.
So a little closer,
Maybe a little
10 miles closer. So.
And look, this is Meghan Markle, her home birth. Who knows?
A home birth everyone would be mind blown, right, if it happened, but she does do things her own way, so we'll see how this plays out. Now, other than the baby, 2019 will be a big year for the royal family as a whole. Talk to us about some of the other milestones that we can look forward to.
Yeah, so Princess Charlotte's first day of school, she's currently in preschool at the moment. She's expected to join Prince George at Thomas's Battersea, so we'll see some adorable photos there. More of Prince Louis as well. There's going to be another royal wedding at St George's Chapel. That's Lady Gabriella Windsor and Thomas Kingston will be getting hitched. Meghan should be announcing her official patronages. And get this, Prince Edward and his wife Sophie Wessex will be celebrating 20 years of marriage. They're the only ones of the Queen's kids not to have got divorced.
Wow, impressive.
I know.
It's a big milestone. 20 years, that should be a huge party, right?
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll be talking about it here for sure. Imogen, thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, coming up tomorrow, Lana Condor and Benjamin Wadsworth are here live talking all about their new series, Deathly Class.
Plus, it's hilarious, relatable, and a little bit awkward. Asa Butterfield filling us in on his new show, Sex Education.
All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Ashley Williams. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I am Ashley Williams, and this is One Last Thing. My last big splurge were these shoes. Are they great? The last show I binge watched was Better Things.
Mom, I didn't say anything.
Neither did I.
Then why are you mad at me?
The last time my kids made me laugh was actually this morning. My son is very intense about his hair. He was insistent on a mohawk, which I cannot do. So I actually had a hair person there who was helping me with my hair. So he put his hair in this like perfect mohawk. But on the way to school, he confessed to my husband that he was terrified about nap time because he was afraid I was gonna mess up his mohawk.